fastest?
Well, probably fish stopped evolving because we did.
You know, I'm really trying. I know I'm in a bad mood, but I'm really trying to understand. Maybe what? I need you to say that again because my brain can't say that sentence. Improv. Do improv.
Blah, blah, blah.
Welcome everybody to the show. Do it.
Welcome everybody on the show. Today on Please Don't Cancel Us, we have upbeat, funky socks.
Introduce people to the show.
Welcome.
Introduce me to the show.
Today on the show, we have Milan. World-renowned funny guy.
You got
Is
10,
that it?
you got
Holy
10 seconds.
shit, how long is this
Introduce
fucking intro?
yourself.
You introduce it. And me. Oh my god.
Okay.
I
quit. I quit the show. She can't even do a camera angle correctly.
I didn't know what was happening. I was not prepared for this.
She doesn't know how to do a camera angle.
Hey.
Oh my god, you suck at improv,
I
man.
depends.
You suck at improv.
It depends.
You suck.
You
Watch
gotta
this.
Give me something to work with first.
Okay, I'm giving you a theme, right? Listen to the music. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's funky-licious. Okay? That's the vibe we're going for. We're going for funkalicious.
Funkalicious.
We're going for funkalicious. Now,
Funkalicious.
shush. Now,
Shush.
what I want you to do, here's your character, and here's what I need from you.
Okay. Yes.
So what I need from you
Tell me.
is you need to be like a commercial. Think about the commercial for Wix, or think about a commercial for anything,
What are-
right? And now you're going to say, on this episode, blah, 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 blah. You just have to embody the character that you're trying to portray, pretend that you're on a news network, and go.
Oh, give me the music. Give me that look. Welcome on today's show of Please Don't Cancel Us.
No, don't stop, go!
Sorry. Today on the show, we have world-renowned funny guy, Milan Taric,
Hey.
and myself. We're going to be talking about edgy things and funny things.
Funny things.
Funny things.
Going.
Sponsored by We Wish by Rain. We wish.
We wish.
We wish.
We're waiting.
Giving you extra energy to start your day. It's a very long intro. How much more should I say?
And wrap it up.
And let's begin. Episode 22.
Okay, welcome to the show. Oh my god.
Hey, that was good.
The beginning was great. And then you fucked it up. You need to stay in character.
It's because you made me laugh.
Be like Tom Cruise. I'm not sending you to Scientology class for no reason.
Oh.
Can't sip at the same time. If we sip at the same time, then there's dead air. Now I'm gonna sip, and then you need
Now
to
you sip.
entertain. No, yeah, and then you entertain
Now you
people.
sip.
Don't
Sip
fu-
so I can start entertaining people. So now I'm entertaining people. And now you.
That's not funny. It's rude.
Why is that rude?
It's like drugs.
But you shouldn't be taking these drugs anymore, young man.
Young man,
I said, no
young
man.
man, I got a caca for you. Show me your asshole.
A caca for you.
A cock. But then there was an extra syllable, so I said caca, and it sounded like a caca. But if you're into shitting on people's chests, then who am I to judge?
This episode took a turn. World-renowned funny guy.
Wait, where's my laugh track? It's too late. Shit.
Oh, shit. I'll laugh for you. This is it. You found it.
Profiteer nu van
Oh,
EasyJet
it's ruined because of
voorjaarsvoordeel.
the EasyJet.
Vluchten naar Italië of Kroatië buiten het seizoen.
Have we done anything to add like actual value to the show yet?
Yes, we spoke about
Hold on. Would anybody want to listen to this right now?
Yes. Because we're fun to watch.
Banks are closing around the world.
Oh, no. Why depressing?
Um,
Can't we just pretend we're living in a nice world?
Banks are closing around the world.
My eyebrows are peeling.
Biden is a schmuck.
My eyebrows are peeling.
People want to throw Trump in jail again because it's about time for him to win the presidency. So they're trying to find anything that they can to. They're trying to throw him in jail.
Yep, and my eyebrows are peeling.
Do you want to tell the people why your eyebrows are peeling?
I have a weird skin condition.
Cool. Let's move on from that. We'll just,
No, I don't.
no, let's just leave that there. Let's just leave that there.
I don't.
Let's just leave that there.
I got my eyebrows tattooed.
No, she didn't.
Yes,
She's
I
got
did.
a weird skin condition.
No, I don't.
She has it on her feet as well.
No, I don't, you liar. I do not. That's disgusting. I'm sorry for whoever has weird feet skin
Do you think people find you annoying?
No, I think they think I'm lovable.
Because I spend a lot of time with you.
Yeah.
And I don't find you annoying.
No, yay.
But sometimes you do this and you're like, no, don't do that, you liar. And I'm like, oh, shoot me. I'm like, oh, fuck.
You want a girly girl, don't you?
Yeah, let me know when you find one.
You
I know your
asshole.
reactions down to the T.
Down to the T.
Make this episode interesting, please.
Well, start talking about all the things that you listed.
Why don't you be a co-host?
Well, I wanted to talk about my eyebrows, and then you ruined it.
Okay, let's talk about eyebrows.
No, it's done now. It's finished.
Thank
the
God.
topic is done. So continue, please.
I was talking about whether or not you think people find you annoying.
Well, I don't think so. I think they think I'm lovable.
Everyone?
Probably not everyone.
I've seen some nasty comments
From who?
on your social media.
From who?
I don't know.
What nasty comment?
JackDog65 said,
Weird comments.
huh?
Like one comment was not wearing a string, and I was like, that's weird.
What's a string?
Like a thong.
Okay, so I'm going to just be very honest with you. I'm not having a good time.
Are you not?
So I can't imagine that somebody's watching the
Hey,
podcast
you're
having
being
a good time.
rude, man.
So I'm going to ask you a
You
question.
asked me lovable if I'm no.
I'm
if
going to
people
ask
think I'm
you
annoying.
a question.
Yes, ask me.
What is one of your interests?
You know my
I
interests.
don't care. I don't care.
What is one of my interests? I'm gonna ask you a question. What is one
Please ask me a question and be a co-host.
Well, what is one of my interests? Let's see if we know each other's interests.
Do you hear that? That's the sound of people leaving.
Okay, fine. Talk about fucking banks closing.
No, that's just like, I don't know what else to talk about because you're boring.
I'm not boring, man.
You're boring.
Why are you being rude?
Because I'm lashing out because this is going downhill.
Well, the whole episode started downhill because we
Tell us
had
about it. Why don't you tell us
technical-
about it, co-host? I'm going to take a sip.
Wanna
while you
fucking
entertain
go
the people.
outside? Wanna fucking go?
No. You want to
You're
tell?
so
Would you like to tell
rude,
people
man.
anything, please?
Oh my goodness.
Listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me. We have been recording for I don't know amount of time, but I'm going to restart the show if you don't start now being entertaining.
Okay, well, we had a little bit of technical difficulties this morning. We have a new puppy, as you know.
No, they don't
And-
know.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
You introduced them once. There's new people watching the show.
Hi, new people. We have a new puppy called Milosh, and he's a little handful. So I was up quite early, but I was very lazy this morning. And we wanted to get the show on the road because after this, I have to bring my doggy to puppy class. You want me to tell the story or what? Stop being rude. Then you fucking talk. Don't look at nobody. Look at me.
Hi guys. So this morning, I woke up and I didn't sleep very well. But you know how I have a new dog, right? And then this dog is a bit of a handful. So anyway, I needed to take the dog to the puppy training. But before the puppy training, it had a little bit of technical difficulties on the way here. Also, okay. Okay. That's what we're going to do today?
Anyways,
I have something to say.
you say.
Holy shit. By the way, anybody that wants to be a
just looking
replacement,
at the camera. Just look at me.
anybody that wants to be a replacement,
There's nobody there.
please comment below because I'm taking offers. You can be in the seat and you can
You're rude.
you can help make
You're
the show
rude.
less garbage. Maybe we should call this show not exactly garbage but close to it.
You're rude.
Okay. I heard that they're going to start factory farming octopi.
Why?
Because people eat it. Can you not? Thank you.
You're on edge, huh?
I am on edge. Because I want to come to do a show, right? And I'm with a human and not a presenter right now. Anyway, they're going to start factory farming octopi. And it's a little bit controversial because octopus have the same cognitive function as a house cat. And they're talking about the ethics of whether or not you should be allowed to farm in mass amounts octopuses.
Wouldn't that be the same for then pigs and cows?
You would assume so, but apparently because people say that they're more stupid, they don't feel pain.
That's a lie.
It's not a lie. Nobody feels bad about fishing.
No.
Nobody feels bad about putting a hook through a fish's mouth or smacking it on a rock because it's just a fish, right?
Yeah.
Also, how quickly do you think fishing would stop if they started screaming? If evolution, right? No, think about this. Evolution has created the wildest creatures in the world with different colors. Like, I mean, how does evolution know to put dots on the back of a butterfly's wings?
That's weird. It's a
Because
game.
it represents eyes, so it makes this creature look larger, like the head of a snake or something. How the fuck does evolution... Is evolution, like, aware? Like, is there consciousness outside? Like, how does it go, things with eyes seem to get eaten less. Big eyes that are colorful, they get eaten less. So, let's make more of that.
I don't know how that works. Well, babe.
Now, my question is this. How long have people been slaughtering fish?
Long.
The fish-icide.
Since human began.
Since human began.
Yes.
That's why you're here.
Yes.
Since human began. Why don't they start evolving to stop us from...
Because, well, listen, I think it's because we need to survive as well. I think it's just like how nature works. If everything would evolve so much... No, listen. If everything would evolve so much that it couldn't get eaten by anything else, then the whole ecosystem would die, no? The whole... Yeah, it would just stop. If we couldn't eat anything, and nothing could catch nothing.
So then wouldn't it be smart for the things that are trying to catch the things that they're trying to eat? In theory. Wouldn't it be smart if they also evolved?
Well, yeah, exactly.
So that there was like a constant race?
Yeah.
Of who can evolve the fastest?
Well, probably fish stopped evolving because we did.
You know, I'm really trying. I know I'm in a bad mood, but I'm really trying to understand. Maybe what? I need you to say that again because my brain can't say that sentence.
Maybe fish stopped evolving because we did, and in in the way that we do not hunt anymore. That's what I meant.
My brain is like overloading.
It's true.
What are you trying to say?
We farm them. So fish stopped evolving.
It physically hurts my brain. It physically hurts my fucking brain.
You don't know what I'm trying to say.
No, please try again.
Like,
I'm so curious as well.
If, for example, lions evolved so much that deer were just served to them on a platter, the deer would stop evolving to run, right? Fast. Do you not understand what I'm saying?
I'm trying my best. And I'm getting little pieces of what I think you're trying to say.
Exactly. If a deer doesn't need to run away from a lion anymore.
Yes.
Yes.
Why would it not need to run away from a lion anymore?
Because the lions have developed such a great...
That they are now put fences around the deer.
Yeah, that they can just have a deer whenever they like. So then how would the deer keep evolving?
Well, I would assume that there'd be deer that live inside the factories and deers that live outside of the factories.
Well, yeah.
So where
That's
does
why
your,
we can't eat a shark.
are you trying to fuck with me? Right now? Okay. Thank God, because that was close to the end of our relationship.
Yes, I am, babe.
Because wouldn't there be fish or deer in captivity and then fish or deer outside of
Yeah,
captivity?
probably.
So I'm talking specifically about the ones outside of captivity. Like a
don't know.
tree has evolved to secrete some type of mucus to get insects to not eat the leaves. It's pretty smart,
Yeah.
right? I mean, a fucking what is it called? A gecko. What is it fucking called?
What are you trying to say?
The one that changes color.
Chameleon.
Chameleon. It changes color.
Pretty cool.
It understands what it's on and then makes its skin look like that. Huh?
I don't know. Like, how would fish evolve though to get away from us?
More slime so that they slip out of our hands. Spikes, poison, screaming. Just learn one sentence. Please put me back. We'll put so many fish back.
Okay. But then when you farm fish, it's different, right? Because they're just all in one go. You catch them.
Well, they've already been caught.
Yeah, okay.
It's tough. It's a tough one today, guys.
It is.
It's a tough one.
I'm sorry. I'm struggling today. But
Yeah. Yeah, we've had better shows.
what does a fish farm look like? It's like...
That's a good question.
I know. I feel like there's like big areas of fish.
Oh my God, it's just...
I have an image in my brain of what it looks like. Yeah, like that.
This is a fish farm.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought.
This is also a fish farm.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So yeah, how do you evolve there? You don't. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now I do.
Yeah.
How does an animal in captivity evolve?
Yeah.
Well, they technically devolve, don't they?
Yeah.
The quality of the animal decreases. Because,
Yeah.
like, if you think about it, a deer in the wild is constantly evolving because there's new threats, right? Like, there's Joe Rogan running around the woods with a bow and arrow trying to fucking slaughter you.
Exactly.
So you start getting a bit more skittish.
Yeah, exactly.
You hear a twig, and you're like, "Oh my God, something's happening." Joe Rogan.
Well, it links in. It links in nicely with what we spoke about last episode.
What did we speak about last episode?
Well, the masculinity, how that's dying. That's also devolving.
Because they're in captivity. Men are being held captive.
Yes.
I completely agree. Where's Jordan Peterson when you need him?
Exactly. Can you stop looking at your phone? Keep that away,
It keeps
please?
buzzing.
Yes, just put it away.
Jordan Peterson, masculinity has been captured and is now under threat. And you know what? It's women's fault.
No, it's society's fault. at
No,
the
it's women. It's women. Like, look at men.
Can we not do last week's episode?
Look at men.
Because we did
And
this.
if men raise men, they make more men.
Yeah, but if betas
I'm not done
raise
speaking.
betas, then we get more betas.
That's such a lie. Betas didn't exist back in the day.
Yeah, they did.
They were
Of course they
bullied.
did.
No, listen. Sparta
Sparta.
is the pinnacle of men.
Yes.
It's the tip of the iceberg of
Yes.
man.
Mankind.
No, just man.
Oh my God.
And I
Yes.
got distracted by my phone buzzing.
You gotta stop. Just put it away. Throw it away.
I did.
Blah, blah.
Sparta is the pinnacle of mankind. And they rose men. Right?
Rose. Raised.
Just let me have it. They raised? They rose men.
Also, stop burping.
I have a medical condition. I'm trying my best.
Yeah, by drinking rain.
I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best.
Maybe you should, just give that to me.
Come on. Pinnacle of men. Okay? They're the pinnacle of men. And what I'm trying to say is that women are to blame for masculinity being jeopardized because the requirements that women have changed so drastically. You guys are not agreeing on what you want out of a man. There's no universal, this is what we want, right? So men are morphing into these weird creatures. So some of them are remaining men.
Yes.
A lot of them are becoming these weird, girly, long-nailed, long-haired,
Yeah, what the hell
feminine
is that weird?
weirdos.
Like, I mean, nail polish, all right, like whatever. But those weird, the fake, why? You know how creepy it would be? Imagine if you're laying in bed with a man and then the hand goes over to hug you and it's like these giant nails. It would freak me the fuck out. I could never.
So I blame women. Because, like, switch the argument, right?
Yeah.
Look at women now. Don't look at men. Look at women.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not talking about the blue-haired feminists. I'm not talking about the ultra-woke liberals. I'm not talking about the fucking lesbians. I'm not talking about those weirdos. I'm talking about, look at, like, generally speaking, women, right? I'd like to say that there is a movement in the last 10 or 15 years with women
Yeah.
towards health, towards fitness,
Yeah,
towards getting to the gym,
100%.
towards
Yeah.
beauty, towards, these certain things.
100%.
And we all know.
But that's women. Yeah, exactly. Not the, yeah. you're right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we all know that these women are going to the gym
Yeah.
to train their ass cheeks because men
And biceps.
universally said,
We like
this is what we like.
Yes.
So there's a very clear message and there's a very clear goal. And that's why I think women as a whole, like that segment of women,
Yeah.
are trying to do that. Whereas men, you guys don't, the women are not telling us what they want. So there's
I
a
know
lot of
what I
guys
want.
trying to figure it out. And because there's not a lot of alphas running around anymore, like we spoke about in last episode,
Yeah.
because there's just a bunch of betas
Yeah.
running around, they need to reproduce. They need to have sex. They need companionship because we're social creatures. So I think they're morphing into what they think a woman wants. And you know the shit that a woman says. Like, men go up to women and say, what's the one body part that you like the most? And they're like, it depends. I guess maybe forearms. There's dudes that just work out their fucking forearms, and then there's dudes that just work out their calves because they think that this is what women want, right? And then they come
I like
back.
the whole thing.
They come back, fine, and they've created a Greek god body.
Yeah.
And then women say, but I like dad bods.
You know when women are like, oh, it doesn't need to be that hard for me. It doesn't need to be that intense. Like, that's too much. I don't I mean, yes, there's no, like, if it's super lean.
Yeah, like if you're like Ronnie Coleman.
Yeah. But
But what I'm trying to say
I
is,
like a muscle.
then girls say, I like dad bods.
Nope. Thank you.
So now there's already a divide. Like, what do you want, right? Now I don't know.
I want big, strong.
And then it's
Man.
like, well, I don't like it when somebody tries to mansplain or overdo or blah, blah, blah. I don't like that
Yeah,
toxic
but you
energy.
know what the stupid thing is? Like, majority of women do want a man.
Thank you. You know what? The majority of women, I'm going to say this right now. The majority of women,
Want a man.
no, they want to argue.
Yeah, they just want to have
The
like,
majority of women want a alpha in their life that they try to argue with, but they cannot.
You know what's funny if you think about it? Because I just finished watching one of the seasons of Love Island, and the funny thing is, in that show, they don't put any men with dad bods in it, barely ever.
And guess who watches that show?
Yeah, girls.
90% of the fucking
So
world
come on,
of
let's
the
stop
female.
faking the fact that we want a dad bod. Nobody wants that. There's girls that don't mind it, that like are also attracted to that, but preferably.
But it takes one. It takes one smoking hot fucking Italian bitch to be like, I really like it when men have dad bod. And then you're like, and then the whole and then 14-year-olds are like, oh my God, I don't know what to do.
And I'm sure that there are women that actually like that. They don't want, because the beauty standard for men has changed. When my mom grew up, like they didn't need to be as fit as they are now.
Men.
Yeah.
No.
Wasn't important. But now that's more, it's like, it's really like either or.
Yeah. You either are or
There's
you either
no,
are not.
yeah, exactly. Because listen, in that Love Island show, there's one guy that walks in, an Italian guy, and he is like in shape, everything. What you think is on a magazine, but then a bit bigger because they put skinny people on magazines. And oh well, you gotta put Davide. Yeah, there we go. I love how he comes up straight. But this is from the previous.
Doesn't matter. There he is.
Yeah, and all the girls when he walks in go, "Oh my god." Like, doesn't mean that that's the guy they're going to go for in the end. But the instant reaction when a woman sees something like this is, wow, like, who is that? Because let's be real, that's what we want. Like, maybe not forever, but you know what I mean? Look at those nails, man. Beta guy.
I don't know. I'm trying to get like a direct comparison. We all know what we all know what we all know.
Oh God.
I shouldn't be doing this. This is just mean.
It's just mean.
What I'm trying to say is this. I think women are directly at fault. They are directly to blame.
Yeah.
Because you don't even know what you want to eat.
I do.
No, when women have menopause periods, when they have these hormonal changes, these fluctuations, listen to me, they mentally fluctuate.
Mm-hmm. Of course, also with what we want.
Yeah, they mentally fucking up and down. So, that being said, I mean, I've seen, we all know like pregnant chicks want like weird cravings, right? Like I want a peanut butter sandwich with Doritos on top with some like donut sprinkles.
Sometimes even like chalk or something weird like that.
Yeah, you guys are weird.
Yeah.
You guys are weird. Now, copy paste to your preference with men.
Yeah.
So you're sending out weird signals. Women need to get together. They need to hash it out. Stop pulling each other's hair and screaming at each other and calling each other whores, right?
Fucking whore.
And they need to vote for what they want from... Like, listen, there's a difference between what you feel like and what you want. So, think about this. If you got all of the women on an app to vote for something, you can vote for what you want, like what you desire, or what you should desire. Like, for example, maybe you want the Machine Gun Kelly now. Maybe you do, right? But what would you like men to look... what would you like men to be? I'm making a very good point. Listen, like, think about this. If we could vote, now move away from women, but like, if we could vote as a society, what would you guys like this can to look like in 10 years? Not how does it look like now, not how has it looked in the past, but what is your... If you could really choose... What are the attributes? What are the physical? What are the this? What are that? Or with the city, or with your taxes, or with, you know, different issues in life. Like, how would you, if you could choose? Because people react differently if you say, in a week, what do you want it to look like in a week? Well, there's not a lot of time for that thing to change, right? Now, going back to men, there's not a lot of time for men to change. But if you say to women, right, 18 and above, let's say 18 to 40, because 50, they're nostalgic, and, you know, 15, they're looking to Machine Gun Kelly.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, like, what's the general consensus? What would you like to see more of, right? And if women say, and you tally up the votes, we want to see more of the Davids. What's his name? Davide. We want more Davides. That's what we'd like to see in 20 years. Give it 20 years. Men will do it. They'll morph right into that because they'll look at the statistics and they'll be like, yo, 74% want Davide. Fucking get me the tan, get me the fucking this, get me this, and fucking I'm gonna fucking do it. I'm fucking do it. That's what men do.
But how about for women? Like, yes, in a way, but there's also discrepancies in what you guys want. Some want the tall blonde.
No, there's...
Some want the...
Generally speaking.
What, tell me?
Men will take what they can get.
Okay. But there is like a...
Generally speaking, men will take what they can get. Because we are not selfish, narcissistic...
Excuse me?
Crazy bat creatures.
We're not bat creatures.
We're not crazy bat creatures that fly around in the middle of the night. Do you understand? Oh, generally speaking, men are nice people. And they will love you for you.
I wonder if people question why I'm with you, because you're so rude sometimes.
You gotta listen to the whole episode to understand.
Like, why is she with this asshole?
I wonder it sometimes too. Anyway, what I'm saying is, generally speaking, that's number one. Also, generally speaking,
Yes.
if you are a tall blonde or a short brunette or a black or raven-haired,
Fuck was that?
they call them raven-haired. I don't know why. But if you're a raven-haired pale chick, right? Generally speaking, you should have a fat ass.
That is the trend at the moment.
Generally speaking, we want you to be high class.
Well, that depends. Some men don't.
Generally speaking, we want you to be high class. We want you to be regal. We want you to be sexy. We want to be able to desire you. We want to be able to put you on a pedestal.
Yeah.
We want to feel like we have to care for you and we have to protect you and we want to be blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty easy safety line to like operate within. Like it's pretty easy to figure it out as a woman.
Yeah.
If you're born and you're like, my name is Jessica, I'm blonde, I'm short, I'm a little bit overweight, I'm quirky and blah, blah, blah.
You don't get born overweight.
But there's a blueprint. There's a blueprint out there. Like, you go to the gym, lose a little bit of weight, put some makeup on,
Ooh.
Work on your
you're going
personality.
against all the body positive people out there.
fuck all of them. Body positive. If you're genetically,
Should I just conform to what a man wants?
if you're genetically,
Is that what this is about?
yes,
Oh my fucking god.
yes,
You're
it is.
so sexist.
I'm not sexist.
You're so sexist.
You're living in a fantasy world. You live in a fantasy world where you think that
Can't you just accept my body for what it is?
no. If you have a genetic disposition for a
You know,
specific,
cellulite is normal.
if you have a genetic disposition for a specific body type,
Yeah.
then you should feel proud
In that body.
of whatever progress you can make.
Mm-hmm.
The same thing comes into mental health, into so many other aspects of being an individual,
Yeah, of course.
right? Even if you are transgender, even if you are slightly overweight, even if you are this, are you that, you have to hold yourself accountable to your own standards and ask yourself if you're the best version of you. Because some
That's-
people,
Ooh, motivational speech.
no, it's actually anger. Some people get off the train too early
Yeah.
of their own self-improvement. And they say, self-improvement is hard. I'm just going to get off here. And I'm going to force everybody to love me.
Well, yeah, we've got someone like that, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to force everyone to love me because I'm tired of self-improvement.
Yeah.
No.
Exhausting.
Can you be better?
But it's for yourself. It shouldn't be for
Because
your
there's other women out there that I've
partner.
met that have done like their genetic potential
Yeah.
and the amount that they could work on them. Like, let's speak just about their body. There are some women that have gone to the limit and exceeded it.
Yeah.
And it's never, and you just can't, you just sometimes there's
Yeah.
just, that's all you can do.
And also, there
And then
has
there's
to be
other
a balance. There has
And
to
then
be a
there's other
balance.
women on the other side of the spectrum, like fucking Lizzo, that hop off the train before the train leaves the station and they're like, you should love me for me because this is who I am. Like, no, it's not. No, it's not.
Yeah.
And then there's everything in between.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying like body, but like if you're a curvy Latina, you're still sexy as fuck.
Yeah. If you, yeah.
It's a different body type.
yeah.
But is that curvy Latina
Is that your healthy body type?
healthy,
Yes.
or is she actually still overweight, or
Yeah.
is she underweight?
Because, I mean, the thing is, when it looks, for example, Lizzo, she could still be heavier.
Obese.
Yeah, but she could still be heavier and own it. But she should not be promoting obesity. And that is something that's not okay.
No.
That is really not okay. Because there's nothing healthy about it. Would you be promoting anorexic people? No, it's the same thing.
But it's the same thing as
So-
the women influencing men thing. Like the people that have to take direct ownership for the confusion around body positivity are obese people
Yeah.
that try to be accepted
yeah,
and
and
force you to accept them, because now you're putting a false idea into the minds of children
yeah.
that they can do whatever they want, be whatever they want, no consequences, eat whatever they want, date whoever they want, and nothing is going to happen
Then there's
to them.
no structure for
And you just have to be
anything.
loved.
Yeah.
You can be ugly, you can be dirty, you
can
can
be
be fat,
nothing.
you can eat whatever you want, you can not have to pay attention in school, you don't have to have manners, you don't have to do this, you don't have to do that. You just have to be a queen, you just have to love yourself, you just have to be a king.
Yeah.
but you're a slobbery mess of a human being that throws tantrums at the first sight of somebody challenging you
Yeah.
because of how insecure you are, because you know deep down that you're living in lies. And that's what I'm saying. Women are to blame for men. For what you see around you today, you're directly responsible for that.
Yeah, but it's also media, baby, because they push it.
Who?
The media.
Media pushes whatever they can that will get them clicks.
Yeah, but
media,
no.
no. Media is the same as fashion shows.
Yes, but
There's nothing fashionable about wearing a garbage can on your head with eyes cut out. You just want somebody to write a blog about your fashion show.
yeah, but can I make a point, please?
No,
Because
this is
when
a
we're
dictatorship.
talking about conspiracies and all that, right? Then you got to take that into consideration. There's also a talk of like making sure there's no more masculinity for a specific reason. It's not just women. There is a bigger picture behind that. So you can't
bigger
just say
picture-
that.
the
'Cause
bigger picture.
masculinity is dying because of the liberals.
No, the bigger picture, if you're talking about conspiracies or influence, is confusion. That's their agenda.
Yeah.
Because the more that people are fighting with themselves,
But
the
that
less that they're
causes-
talking about other issues.
Well, there you go. But that is due to this. So there wouldn't be, what's it called? Did you say confusion? If they weren't doing this.
But I need to stop you there. I am going to make a very significant statement about conspiracies. Conspiracies, or these people in power that push these narratives, they cannot do it without
Yeah, of
willing.
course. Yeah, of course.
No, they cannot do it without willing participants.
Yeah.
Women, in this specific instance, are messing up the communication for what they want with men. And these higher ups or these media or these conspiracy people, they're just pushing what you're doing anyways.
Yeah, but I mean,
You're doing it to yourselves. It's like when I showed you that marketing video, how the lady was like, there was this lady that was showing people how they take disgusting factory farming and they try to twist it in a fun, fresh marketing way. And at the end of her speech, at the end of her talk, she says,
yeah.
the only way that you can get away with all of these atrocities is with the help of the consumer. Because if you walk into a grocery store and you don't care about where your food comes from, that's how they keep this machine going.
Yeah.
You have to be a willing participant.
But it's also something with repetition, right? If you keep seeing something over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, you're gonna start liking it.
Yeah.
Like with a song. If you
Like
don't
Justin
like
Bieber music.
Yeah, you don't like the song, but you hear it so many times that you start liking it. So if you see a Harry Styles type guy in a skirt and a thing, they just keep throwing people like that at you until you start liking it. You also got to take that into consideration. Because if we were showing muscly, strong men without skirts and actually just being men, well, yeah, there you go. Then that's what we're gonna like. So they're also using us. Yes, they're using us, but they're doing it by showing us this over and over and over again. So I think that's a fair statement, and it's not just we're keeping it in place, but they're putting it in place. If that makes sense.
I think it's the other way around. I think society starts the issue and they push the issue.
Yeah.
I don't think they start the issue and we push it. I think that the higher ups are capitalizing on the dysfunction
Yeah.
of us. They're
But
just
they
taking
put it
advantage
in
of what we
place,
already
but they
do.
put it in place first.
Sometimes,
Yeah.
but not all the time.
Because the liberal thing is something that who came up with that?
No, there's a lot of people out there. Like, listen, there's
With the
hundreds of
whole-
millions of people, and everybody has an opinion.
Because who told Harry Styles to start wearing skirts?
The
and
Illuminati.
stuff? There you go. So
Or is it? Because on another episode, we talked about whether or not the Illuminati exists, or if it's just a big hoax. Like,
well, it could
as a
be
celebrity,
either or.
as a celebrity, if you don't create waves, you are forgotten.
Yeah.
So, Sam Smith,
Yeah.
nobody gave a fuck about him anymore. And then he came out like a month ago and he was like, look at my sexual preferences. Look at my crazy outfits.
Yeah.
And everybody go watch my new music video.
Yeah.
And then the whole world is talking about
Maybe
him.
it's that. Maybe it's just people pushing the boundary.
Hang on. When was the last time you read about Imagine Dragons in the news? You know why? Because they have their shit together.
And also, they've just got good music. So.
No. Yes, they have amazing music.
Yeah.
But look at this. Imagine Dragons, I forget his name, lead singer. Look at this guy.
Yeah.
Look at him. That's a dude that works out every day. He's got a great job.
Yeah.
He works hard. And he does his fucking thing. This is how he performs. He takes his shirt off.
Yeah.
And he's a guy.
Man, you mean?
He's a man.
Yeah.
You know the songs like, oh, the misery.
Yeah, I know.
Everybody wants to be he. They have amazing music. What if he went to a red carpet event
Yeah.
in a fucking dress?
Yeah.
The whole world would talk about him.
Yeah.
So ask yourself, is there not an incentive to pretend that you're part of a secret organization?
Yeah, of
Because
course.
like rap culture,
Yeah.
hip hop culture is so intertwined with Illuminati,
Yeah.
or so you may think.
Mm.
So what if the only way to get yourself attention is to start off like Trippie Redd, right? You start off like relatively clean, and then you get all the face tattoos and all the colors, and you start
Yeah.
doing demonic shit, and you
yeah.
start getting super dark, and then people are like, oh no, there's another one that got
Well,
taken.
that's why Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox are so prevalent at the moment, is because they're doing crazy shit at the
Mm-hmm.
moment. So they're in the head. Yeah. Yeah.
His music is good.
Yeah. Machine Gun Kelly. It's not great.
It's good music.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's good. It's good music.
Yeah.
But why is the whole world watching him?
Yeah, because they make them watch.
It's fun to watch.
Yeah.
Interesting. Oh, fuck. Look at him now.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
So I'm saying the powers that be
There's an
push
art. there-
push
yeah.
the issues that we are already creating.
Yeah.
And I think that we need to get together as a people.
Mm-hmm.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing, but we
Did you know that
struggle
America
do
wants to
that.
ban TikTok?
Yeah, I know. It's been talk of the town.
And the theory is that because for the first time in history, we are able to communicate with each other and see each other's lives and have a voice instead of just having to listen to the propaganda that the government spills out. Because TikTok is allowing you to see the differences in opinion regarding the Ukrainian war, for example.
But
So if you
also-
eliminate TikTok, the only news source that people have is now Google, CNN, Fox, ABC, NBC, or the direct correspondence with the government. So they can influence you easier.
Yeah, but
Because you can't see a
yeah.
TikTok made of somebody in the country that gets pushed.
But then there's the other argument that China just listens in on everything on TikTok.
Then you got to ban everything.
Yeah, that's true.
Ban everything.
But listen, 'cause
Everything is made in China.
why do
Every
you
TV,
think-
every Alexa, every Google Home, every iPhone,
Yeah.
ban it all.
why do you think Instagram is changing their tune now as well with having to post daily and because they want to be like TikTok? That's what's happening.
Well, it's probably because, again, elites
Yeah.
met with Instagram and said, we're going to close TikTok and we need somebody to take over that.
Yeah.
So we would like you to change your platform to accept the massive flow of people that will be lost without TikTok, so they can come to your platform. They say, okay, we need short form content, we need posting every day, we need less hashtags. What do we need?
Yeah, they're all doing that. Yeah.
It's like insider trading, right? Like if you know that a juice company is going to fail because something happened with their factory, they can't supply demand and the stock is going to crash, you can go to your buddies and be like, hey, this is what I think you should do.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't they do that higher up?
Yeah, of course they would. Of
Anyway,
course.
what I'm trying to say is this. Civilians are directly responsible for most of the atrocities that we have.
Of course.
And when it comes to men and women, we need to be a lot more direct with each other. We have to have much higher standards because like I saw another podcast, I showed you the clip. This guy said that he asked a bunch of girls sitting around a table and he said, you guys are very upset with hookup culture.
Mm.
And
yeah,
then
you
he
showed
said,
me this.
and then he asked them, he said, well, who do you think controls sex?
Yeah.
And all of the women said, well, women control sex. And then he said, well, if women are in control of sex, then aren't you guys directly to blame for hookup culture? Because you're the gatekeepers.
Yeah.
You're the bouncers. And if you're letting everybody in and then complaining about how many people are in here, isn't it your fault for not doing a better job?
Partially, but I don't know.
And the same thing goes for men. Like, men are also doing the same thing in their own regard. Don't get me wrong. Like, men are fucking failing at this as well.
Yeah.
I just think, like, what's wrong with having a general idea or a general consensus or agreement of, like, what would we like to see?
Yeah.
Because, like, if I got, like, let's say I got, like, 400,000 people on an app, like men.
Yeah.
And you made it fun. Make it interactive. Like, make it like a TikTok filter.
Yeah.
Like a Tinder thing, like swiping. Make it fun. But ask, like, serious questions and be like, what would you like to see more of?
Yeah.
More of this or more of that? And then you just keep swiping. Thank you for submitting your results. Poof, gone. And then you release the results like a lottery one day. And you're like, okay, so the general consensus is that 64% like this, 17% like that, and 20% like this.
Yeah.
And then if you really want to choose, if you're like 17% of men like obese women, oh, I want to be obese. I want to get off the train early. But then at least in your fucking mind, you know that you're part of 17%.
Yeah,
and the other fucking 70% of the world is different. Then you don't have to be confused and be like, everybody has to accept me. No, you know 70% of people don't want you.
Yeah, but then you should ask the whole public, not just men, because then we're, you know.
No, if you're talking about what do men want to see more of in women, you ask men.
Yeah.
If you want to say, what would a woman like to see more of in men, you ask women.
Yeah.
And if you say, what would we generally like to see when it comes to the government or school or housing or whatever it may be, then you can ask everyone.
Yeah.
Because then you need like a more diverse group.
Yeah.
And then just be happy with what you are.
It's funny though, because it's funny when you portray the question, what would women want to see more in men? That's okay. But if you portray it the other way around, it sounds like, ooh, you shouldn't be saying that. What would men want more in women?
It's because of where the pendulum sits right now. Like, if I say black people, everybody gets tense.
Yeah.
But if a black person says white people, nobody gets tense.
No.
Like, there's this chick at the Oscars that's going viral now because, you know, some black people are openly promoting racism towards white people.
Yeah.
So, like, there's this one chick that's going viral on TikTok right now because they asked her, who are you voting for? And she says, anyone black.
Yeah.
And then they asked her, like, 5 years later, like, who are you voting for? Because 5 years ago, you said you're going to vote for anyone black. She's like, anyone black. Now, I understand that there's context behind that. However, imagine you go up to Chris Hemsworth and you're like, who are you going to vote for tonight? And he's like, anybody white.
Yeah. Oh.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like, just because you have context doesn't make it okay. Because let's follow this to its end, right? Let's follow this argument to its end. Let's say you do that for 50 more years.
Yeah.
Or 500 more years, right? When slavery and apartheid and all that is really in the past.
Yeah.
And inclusivity and all that stuff has now reached a much higher point. Will you then be able to look back, like how we look back at old school movies and we're like, look at how sexist they were back then. Yeah. Are we going to look back at this interview with the Oscars and be like, look how fucking racist those black people were?
Yeah.
Are we going to be reprimanded? The answer is yes.
Yeah.
So then just don't do it.
Yeah.
Just don't do it. What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
Imagine. But it's okay because it's culturally appropriate right now.
No, it's messed up.
Nobody cares.
No, it's just messed up.
Like, there's people, I've seen videos of people interview other, like, black women on the street, and they're like, they're asking them about what do they think about white people or this and that, and they're like, they're evil.
Yeah.
And then they were like, how would you feel about your daughter dating a black guy? And she was like, no, my daughter knows. I tell her that she's never allowed to be around one of those people. She's not allowed to bring them home. She's not allowed to breed with them. And I'm just sitting there, I'm like, imagining if a white person said this. Imagine if a white person said, no, I don't let my children hang around black people. I don't let my children want to date black people. I don't let my children blah, blah, blah. Like, can you imagine the uproar? Dude, that person would be hung in Times Square.
Oh my God.
But it's okay. But it's okay. I don't get it.
Well, on that bombshell.
On that blam blam blam.
On that This is the language we speaking in at home.
You're going to have to sign us off in about 10 seconds, so get ready.
Da, 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 da. Waiting for the outro.
It's the same song.
It's the same song again.
I didn't want it to be.
Well, thank you guys. This was episode 22 of Please Don't Cancel Us. Yes.
Be sure to tune in next time.
World-renowned funny guy,
Wait.
Milan Taric. And me.
I don't have a track.
Lots of love and see you next week.